the following video, I am aware that throughout its entirety that I have lipstick all over my teeth. And I'm sorry, please don't notice. It's super embarrassing, but it was too much stuff to go back and retape. It's on this tooth. It's just bad. I tried to redefine my lips. I made them quite a bit thinner. My top lip is especially thinner. And I'm not good, and I didn't know what I was doing, and I just got it everywhere, so deal with it. Watch the theories. Don't look at my teeth. Don't do it, I'll know. Hello, YouTube. I am Cassie, and today I'm going to do a video. And if you haven't guessed what it is Doctor Who related. And if you haven't guessed, then yes, I've done some crazy things to myself in support. I did some terrifying things to my eyebrows. I don't normally look quite this deranged. I'm uncomfortable. My video today is going to be about all the Missy theories that I have so delicately scavenged for you online. Number one, Clara is Missy from the future or past, or an echo. Yeah. I don't know how this would be. There's a great theory that I read about it. I couldn't even begin to explain it to you, other than the fact that there is the Mary Poppins outfit that she wears and the umbrella, and that she's a woman, and that she seems to know the Doctor. Because Clara was the governess, Clara jumped in the time stream, she has echoes out there, maybe Clara's Time Lord self, because we're pretty sure that she was a Time Lord. Maybe she got mad at the Doctor for what's going to happen in the next episode, Dark Water. We don't know. There is the theory, like I said, about this. I will link it below. You can check it out. It makes more sense. Or that she's possessed by the GI or something, and then later she becomes... I don't know. But basically future or past Clara. That is theory number one. My personal thoughts on that theory are not great. I don't like it. I don't buy it. I think it would be weird. I can't put it past Moffat, but I don't like it. Also going with this is the fact that we've had the idea of the Doctor said, who needs 3 mirrors? And there's an organization called 3W. Yeah, 3W. And they're thinking it might be her organization, and that there's all these foreshadowings of it, that she body swapped. This is more correlation that she'd be a tool of Missy, but you could interpret it as maybe she could be an echo. I can't explain these things well. This is the most confusing one I'm going to talk about, so if you're confused, I'm confused too. Mostly I think this stems from the fact that we didn't see a lot of repercussions for Clara jumping in the time stream, because she was supposed to have died. River was like, how am I still here if we were psychically linked? If she's dead, how am I here? And I think that is just weird. He might have thrown that in to be weird. She's like, spoilers. River. Oh, and the fact that Courtney and all the other students call her Miss, but specifically Courtney said, no, I think I prefer to call you Miss when she says, call me Clara. So they think that all the references to Miss, because she's a teacher and people are calling her Miss, could mean that she's Missy. This is such a weird one. They don't know how she survived that, but who knows? I mean, I don't know. My personal take on this is that it's probably not true. And if it is, there better be an explanation if it is. Number 2. Missy is the leader or a aide of the Great Intelligence, which is pretty boring, frankly. So that would imply maybe she's someone we don't know. But we do know that he probably knows who she is. Whether or not that's implying she's Simian, I don't know. I couldn't see a reason for that. That would be super weird, but don't put it past him. Number 3. Missy is River Song. Now, this would be incredibly predictable, but also not. I could see this happening in a world of my nightmares. I don't see any reason behind it, other than the fact that she has affection for the Doctor. And yeah, that would explain, but she wouldn't call him her boyfriend. It's so weird. And the name of the Doctor, there's some weird stuff. I don't buy into it because she's in the library, and I just don't buy into it. She couldn't regenerate. I don't buy it, so no. Number 4. Missy is the Doctor. Future-wise, I think. I don't know. I don't even buy this one either. Number 5. Missy is Ellie Ravenwood, which is, you know, Clara's mother. This one is a bit of a stretch. I wrote down wonky next to it because it's just very strange. Generally speaking, there's really nothing to back this up. Other than the fact that she wore similar colors when we saw her. I don't really know why we saw Clara's parents so much other than he was looking at her background. I felt like that had to mean something. And spoiler, pause it if you don't know this spoiler. In the finale, we see her grave, Ellie's grave. And I don't know what that means. I kind of do, and I will mention at the end of the post. But for now, okay, I'm done. I'm done with spoiler. Oh, and the other thing is that Clara's mom, Ellie, she died on the same day as the first episode of the reboot of Doctor Who. What was that, March 5th or something? I can't remember. But remember when the mannequin people were like, you know, she died that day. So I don't think that's likely. I wish Clara's mom had more meaning, but I do not think Missy is Clara's mother. Number 6. Missy is older Amy from The Girl Who Waited. Remember when she was left behind and she got older and like, then she was like left there? Because the scenes with Missy were at the same location with the fountain. Yeah. So that's why that is. I don't even know about this one, other than it was so funny and so, like, out there that I included it. Number 7. Missy is a random Time Lord we have not heard of or would not think of. So this is just a general theory. I kind of think she's a Time Lord. I have some specific mentions here. But, if she was someone new, I'd be happy. I'm just going to say it right there, I would be happy. I don't really bet on that unknown thing, but... Number 8. Missy is an Eternal. For those of you who do not know what Eternal is, it is basically a being who exists outside of time. It is in between two worlds in the void, I believe. They are mischievous, they do not do good, they are bored, they are known to toy, play games. They are known to take human form, known to pose as gods. In fact, as humans, we would probably cite them as angels, demons, ghouls, ghosts, spirits. They can move planet to planet at free will. They can cloud minds, influence, make you forget things, control fate and destiny, or so they claim. 10 warned of attracting elementals in a novel. So that's the only modern sighting that I can think of, but there's probably more, maybe not. It is said that Eternals witnessed the last Time War, and after that, they fled and were never seen again. It is worth mentioning that in researching this, I found a character named Seb, who was mentioned, I think, either in Torchwood or in one of the books, that he hunted an Eternal. And it's also interesting that in Dark Water, we have a character named Seb as well. And we also had a character named Sebastian, who was a Torchwood soldier in Army of Ghosts, which was a 10 episode, which is being compared to this. So if you want to watch that episode again before Dark Water, you might want to, because if you didn't know it, I'm pretty sure that the Eternals were sort of referenced because in Army of Ghosts, there was a void ship that essentially existed in between worlds as well. And it was a space of nothingness in between worlds. And in fact, there was that big ball thing that was in there, remember? And it came through and it allowed the Cybermen to come through. And inside of it was Daleks. If you remember, when they came out, it was like, ah. So that is an example of the nothingness space that they would inhabit. But yeah, fully, I believe this one could happen. I totally could. Even though I do not think Moffat intentionally brings back a lot of classic stuff he likes to build on, I would love it if he did. I would love this scenario, but it's not that likely. But I would still love it. Number 9. The Valeyard. The Valeyard is a manifestation of all the darkest parts of the Doctor. Basically, evil. Yeah, evil. He's trying to kill the Doctor. It's kind of weird. I mean, he is the Doctor, but he isn't, but he is. He's known to screw around with the Doctor, although that was in Classic Who, so not modernly. He is said to exist between the 12th and final regeneration of the Doctor. The High Council manipulated the Doctor's incarnation choices so that the last would be the embodiment of evil. He was thought to have died because he was trapped in the Matrix, I believe, but he ended up actually basically possessing the body of the Matrix Keeper. So he is alive, technically. I don't know. This is an unlikely situation. I do believe someone will take this story on with New Who. Whether or not my fat chooses to do it at all, I do not know, but I want someone to do it, so maybe this isn't it. This is probably very unlikely, but it would be interesting because then it would be a lady. I don't know. I really don't. All in all, I'm not giving that a very high rating of likelihood, but you can do some research and think about it and maybe you will like it. Number 10. Missy is a guardian. There are 2 types of guardians. There are the white guardians and the black guardians. If you cannot tell from that alone, then assume that because Missy's in black, she would most likely be a black guardian. I mean, I don't know. I guess anything's possible, but I'm assuming she is because she's creating some chaos. And that's what they do. We see that in the chessboard. Remember the caretaker? Chessboard, black and white chess. I thought that was an interesting note to play. They maintain balance of the universe between good and evil. Of course, black guardians are always out there to, kill the white guardians and take over, and the whole world and universe would chaos. But, white guardians are like, And And of course, white is good and they're seeking to balance good and evil. Both black and white can empower people to be an aid to them. But if the white guardian empowers someone to help them, like someone on Earth or whatever, being in general, the black guardian knows about it, and then they too can do it as well. So, yeah. So somebody could be good, and then the evil person's like, I'm gonna, get you. So the white guardian could have somebody empowered to help them and set them on a mission, but then the black guardian could have somebody combat that. So, yeah. The champions, they call them. Guardians can actually physically interact to recruit. So there's that. Guardians can also stop the TARDIS and drain its energy. During Classic Who, the Doctor was sent by the White Guardians to assemble the key to time. And unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't really know, the key to time was destroyed because the Black Guardians sought it from the Doctor posing as White Guardians. And after he said, no, it's pretty obvious that you guys are Black Guardians, not White Guardians, he dispersed the key of time, which apparently was okay, but, I mean, they were like, we want revenge. So maybe this is revenge, I don't know. I like this theory a lot. It is very possible that somebody in the story is an agent of either the White or the Black Guardians. It is possible they do it, so I think I promised them something, who knows. Number 11. Missy is the Ronnie. Brief summary of the Ronnie would be that she's pretty bad. Examples of something she's done. Experimented on planets and enslaved. Extracted specimens from humans. Collected people. Targeted Earth. In general, tried to destroy Earth and weaponize human beings. All in to conquer the universe. Hypnotized people through parasites that she worked on, which is... Enslaving entire worlds would be the big one. First of all, she had a TARDIS, was not fond of Earth at all. She called it a miserable planet. She went to the same academy as the Doctor. She was basically a genius. In fact, her and the Doctor and the Master are all the same age. There's a story of her stealing Tyrannosaurus Rex embryos, and one of them later, like, grew really big and, like, was destroying stuff. But, yeah, and that's weird because of the deep breath. And she also wanted to correct the errors in the timeline. So, I don't know what that could relate to Missy, but... Some facts against this would include that in 2012, Moffat said, no, I don't see why I would bring her back. But Moffat lies, I've said it. He does. She also mastered remote control to the TARDIS, so she's a smart cookie. One more thing against it is that in some version she died, but most people don't believe that because I think that was in a book. But the Master supposedly died, so what? The likelihood of this, I think, is pretty big because I just want it to be. Maybe not, I don't know, but this is one of my top 2 theories because I think it would be the coolest, and as far as giving us evidence of what's going on, I think this would be more where he's leading than anything else. Number 12. It's quite funny that this is theory number 12, and my last one. Is that a coincidence? I think it is, because I assembled this list and I had no intention of doing 12, but I did. Does this mean something? I don't know. But number 12. This is my most likely theory, and I know I'm not shocking anyone because everyone's been saying it, and everyone's like, no, you're crazy, no, this couldn't happen, but maybe it could happen. I'm just gonna, like, not blow your mind or anything. I'm just gonna say what I think because my Tumblr has the comparison between these 2 things, and I shall post a link and you shall see what I'm talking about here. The Master. Now, as completely obvious, and as from day one, everyone's been saying it, but I think if we look at it this way, maybe we can kind of say maybe, or it should be, because that would be cool. I mean, it would be fun if it was something really new that hasn't been a New Who. It would be great, but I think taking into account Missy's attitude, it would be hard for me to say the Ronnie with this current attitude, unless she develops new personality traits, was ever Missy. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it. I could much more buy the Master, because the Master, as I shall tell you in a moment, has more reason to be. First of all, the Master has worked with Cybermen, if you do not remember. He teamed up with them in the Death Zone after the Doctor pissed him off. Yeah, so. The Master takes possession. He hypnotizes people. He is a master of disguise. He has appeared in 8 different forms throughout all of Doctor Who. I think it's just 8. It could be more. At least 8 different actors. He always has cruel intentions, but at the end of the day, he doesn't really want the Doctor dead. I mean, he saved him, right? Last we saw him, so it could align with the fact that Missy isn't totally evil. Yeah, someone was saying that the Master isn't totally crazy anymore because the drum stopped, but I think you're always going to be a bit wacky after that. He's many times tried to conquer the Earth. He is a terrorist to us. Their relationship is much like chess, as I've seen noted a million times, and as I said in The Caretaker, we have the chessboard, the giant chessboard that is in school. He refuses to die, first of all. When the master would come back as a new person, he would choose a name that sort of meant master, like he would make it like, yeah, so being Missy wouldn't be totally off kilter with that. Basically, he chose names that were other versions of master. He also enslaves, he's been known to do that, and he is definitely not dead. 100% not dead. He's used spies, he's corrupted people. I mean, these are all mastery things. My only problem with this would be that I can't see the correlation between his nanny-like demeanor and and Missy is still a little too crazy, but maybe not. I don't think so. We shall see. And he has no reason to save people, so I don't know. There's gonna have to be some sinister implications for something to fill in that line. And why a woman? Like, if he did regenerate, that would be a deliberate choice to regenerate as a woman. I mean, as far as I know, and the history that I've read up on, is there's no way that without intending to, you could change gender from your current gender. Like, that would be something that you choose to do. Remember the War Doctor, he took that little thing, little serum thing. So we just don't know. Maybe he really wanted to throw everybody off, but I mean, it's not like he's exposed himself enough. Who's gonna know in heaven? I don't know. Feel free to let me know how crazy you think I am for believing the most basic theory, but I think it's pretty likely. I don't know. I'm probably going to be shocked at the dullness of the answer. It's probably going to be something like I never expected, but I should have expected. Isn't always the way it is. All in all, I don't know that Missy is going to be the biggest bad there ever was. She might even turn out to be semi-good with good intentions. We do not know. But now I'm going to move on, and I will warn you that all these are spoilers slightly. Some of these you might know for Dark Water. It's important to note that most of this is speculation. Some of it is stuff that people have claimed actually happened, but the majority of my outline of this is what other people have said, mixed with what I thought would happen. So, no, this isn't what happens. I don't have any proof. It's what I think, and some of these things were rumors. So, do not. But I'm naming them spoilers because I don't want anybody to say, hey, you spoiled me, because I didn't mean to, and I'm sorry if you're watching this somehow and you can't stop it right now. It has been said that Missy is indeed not the woman in the shop. It has been suggested that since we saw a scene with the Doctor and Danny as a Cyberman, and that there was Ellie Ravenwood Oswald's grave, and there was Clara's grave, Claire Oswin, and there was also Amy and Rory's grave, they're saying that they rise from the grave. Because we saw a skeleton promo, remember? Oh, I don't know. That's what they're saying. Plus, there was the promo with Missy where she talks about graves giving birth. Someone said that 3W could stand for World Wide Web, which is frankly a bit of a stretch. I don't know. The direct quote is, all the graves of the earth are about to give birth. Rest in peace, we promise. This was seen on set. There are signs, and they look like the Cyberman little eye. That's what those look like, and they were seen, yeah, for the finale. So, rest in peace, we promise. The next ones are speculation as to how I think things might go down. So, you might want to just, like, not take me seriously because I've conglomerated these things and general thoughts. From the first time I saw the promo for part 1 and part 2, I guess they make some of those scenes, I have thought that for Clara to feel this way, something bad must have happened. Worse than her grand dying, which is what some people think is happening, due to the fact that her grand is also in the next episode. However, I'm here to tell you that that reaction, I don't think would come from that. Basically, what a lot of people believe is that Clara is in trouble, and she calls for the Doctor, and the Doctor does not come. And as a result, someone she loves dies. It's believed, maybe, I doubt her, I mean, that'd be crazy, she'd be Ghost. I think Danny dies, and I think Clara is so disturbed. I think she is so pissed off, and the Doctor won't come, so she does something drastic. She makes him appear, I do not know how. But it has been confirmed that the scene with her holding the key in the smoke is in front of a volcano. And I think, basically, that the TARDIS key can only be destroyed via a volcano? But yeah, I swear people were saying that, so I think that's true. We already know that either Danny is posing as a Cyberman, or he is a Cyberman talking to the Doctor in that graveyard. Clara asks the Doctor to rewrite time to bring Danny back. That's why she says, are you paying attention? And that before she says that thing about you will never set foot inside your TARDIS again, she says, if you don't help me or something, help me do this, then you will never, I think that makes more sense than just taking it like that. Whatever we see in the 2-part finale, I believe will be epic and very emotional, and I do not even know how Clara is still going to be in the Christmas special. But it must turn out a little bit okay. As to whether or not Missy is indeed the Master and or Ronnie and or your theory or anybody else's, I really hope that there's a good solution and we all feel happy with it. Thank you for watching. I made this video and I made myself a little disturbing just for you. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it. Please comment below if you have any other suggestions or opinions if you think I'm crazy with, you know, what I put here. Oh. I painted my nails black for you. Do you know how hard this is to get off? Look what happened to me. I like surprises. Oh, Clara. My Clara. I've chosen well. Oh God, I hope I didn't include this in the video. If I do, you should just don't even, because I'm so sad for myself. Sorry.